Welcome. So just wanted to do a really quick video and just focus on buying the extremes. I know we talked about this in our previous videos that we may possibly have that downward pressure to the downside if something were to break out with the Russia and Ukraine situation. I'll do a better job and go a little bit more in depth later tonight, but I did want to elaborate on this on buying the extreme. So typically people are okay with buying the extreme when there's big green candles or there's a bull run, but there's also the opposite side of that. When there is, when there is a negative catalyst to push the stock price down, typically that's an extreme as well. And this comes into play with the overshoot that I was speaking about. That's when you have the that rubber band scenario where it can pop and you'll have it bounce below the support level. That's what I was speaking about, and that's where we are. Well, that's pretty much where we touch now. If you guys saw last night, Dogecoin went to roughly 10 cents, which was incredible. And this is the opportunities that you want to take advantage of and bring your DCA down. Now, obviously, what's going on with Russia and Ukraine is no joking matter, but I do want you guys to, just in case, because depending on what country you're in, definitely buy food and stuff like that because we don't know where this is going to go. But as far as for your portfolio and everything, be mindful with where you're spending your money. But there is going to be some opportunities and I believe some further breakdowns in the market. And when you have that opportunity to buy below the support levels, it is typically going to correct back to those support levels if that downward pressure is not, if it's not, let's just say respected, right? So typically there'll have to be a continuation of fear to keep this price at a certain level. Otherwise, it'll just typically be called a overreaction by the market. So you'll have that overshoot, break the support level, and then it'll be like, oh, okay, well, maybe this is not as bad as we thought. Or typically people will say, okay, well, it's oversold now, let me buy in. And then you have that correction back to the current level, which is where roughly we are now. You'll see Dogecoin approaching 12 cents again. So unless we get like another negative catalyst or some more bad news, then typically it will correct. It'll typically go back down, but it's a great chance that it'll correct back to 12 cents. So this is what I was speaking of the other day in the video. So I'll do a further breakdown on this tonight for you guys, but when you have these overshoots, these overcorrections, and that breaks those support levels, this is an opportunity to really chop down that DCA if you're a little higher on the spectrum. Remember, the support levels are 12 cents and 6 cents. 12 cents is historical, but I do believe because of it being oversold and there's the buying pressure from the community, we can possibly get the break pump between 8 and 10 cents. And so far that's held up to be true, that we got that bounce off of 10 cents. So we'll take a look at the charts tonight, see exactly what happened, look at some entries, and go over some catalysts and stuff for going forward. Because remember, we still have the Fed news coming out next month. So war or not, inflation has to be dealt with. So it's very possible that we're not finished here. So we'll talk about that later tonight. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you. And I'll see you guys later tonight.